Hi everyone, welcome to My Max Academy. In this video, we'll continue with pair of linear equations in two variables, which is a chapter in 10th standard CBSE mathematics. We'll continue on exercise 3.7 in page number 68. So what we have is, we have problem number 5. Continue with problem number 5. Right? So problem number 5 says, in triangle ABC, right? Angle C is equal to 3 times angle B equal to 2 times angle A plus angle B. That is what is given. Right? We have to find the three angles of the triangle. So there is a triangle ABC. Right? Say suppose angle A, angle B, angle C. It's not an isosceles triangle or anything. They have different angles. Right? So there is a triangle ABC in which angle C is 3 times angle B and 3 times angle B is 2 times angle A plus angle C. So now we need to find three angles. So whenever we want to find three things, we need three equations. We need three equations of linear equation, three set of linear equations in three variables. We need three linear equations in three variables. Earlier we were doing pair of linear equations in two variables, mean two linear equations in two variables, because we are finding only x and y. Here we have to find the three variables A, B and C. Angle A, angle B and angle C. Right? So now let's take this. If I take these two equations, angle C equal to 3 times angle B. Right? We'll take this as first equation. Let's take these two. Angle 3 angle B equal to 2 times angle A plus angle B. Right? 2 times angle A plus angle B. Let's try to simplify this equation. So we'll get, so I'm taking these two first, I'm writing as it is. Right? I'm trying to simplify this, which means 3 angle B equal to 2 into angle A plus 2 into angle B. Right? Now if I bring this 2B this side, then I'll get 3 times angle B, 3 times angle B. This 2 angle B will come this side, it will become minus 2 angle B equal to 2 angle A. Now 3 angle B minus 2 angle B is 1 angle B, which is angle B, equal to 2 times angle A. Right? So this you keep it as another equation 2. Now we have two equations. We need third equation because we need to find three things. When you want to find three things, we need three equations. So what is the third equation of, from the triangle angle sum property? We have one more equation. What it says? Angle A plus angle B plus angle C equal to 180 degree. That is the angle sum property of a triangle. Angle sum property. Angle sum property of triangle. So if you add three angles in a triangle, it is always equal to 180. So we have this, you can call this as equation 3. So we need to solve these three equations and find the value of ABC. Now what we observe, right? C is 3 times angle B and B is 2 times angle A. From here I will try to find, see, C is in terms of B. I will try to get A also in terms of B, which means this 2 will come this side. So it will become 1 by 2 angle B equal to angle A. I will call this the second equation. So what I have done, I have expressed angle C in terms of angle B and angle A also in terms of angle B. Now if we substitute 3 equal to 3 angle B, C equal to 3 angle B and angle A equal to 1 by 2 angle B, 1 by 2 of angle B, 1 by 2 of angle A is equal to 1 by 2 of angle B in third equation. We are going to substitute this first equation, this one. Instead of C, we are going to put 3B, 3 angle B, angle C. This is. Instead of angle C, we are going to put 3 angle B. Instead of angle A, we are going to put 1 by 2 angle B in this equation, the third equation. This is your third equation. This is your third equation. So if you substitute, what you get? A is what? A is 1 by 2. I'll write again the third equation. A plus B plus C, which means angle A plus angle B plus angle C is 180 degrees. What is angle A? 1 by 2 of angle B, 1 by 2 of angle B, plus this is angle B, we'll keep it as angle B, plus C is 3 times angle B. So what we have done here, now we have got everything in terms of angle B. Everything in terms of angle B. There are multiple ways to do this. This is one of the easier ways. You need to eliminate the variables. So we have eliminated we are actually following the substitution method. So A, instead of angle A, we are putting it as 1 by 2 angle B, because angle A is 1 by 2 angle B, and B I am writing as it is. So everything I am converting into B. Everything I am converting to B. Now what do we get? We get 1 by 2 angle B plus 3 angle B. So if you add all of them, so if you take angle B common, then this will become 1 by 2 plus this angle B is taken out, it will become 1, because angle B means 1 angle B, plus 3. The 3 angle B I have taken out, which is 180 degree. Now let's try to add all these. What do we get? So I'm going to continue here. Right? We can erase this triangle. So if I add this, so angle B into, so we'll take the LCM. LCM is what? 2. 2 is LCM. So 2. So if I do fraction addition, so I'll get 1 plus, this will become 2 plus 6. 3 2s are 6. Right? By, sorry, equal to 180. So angle B into, this is 8 plus 1, 9 by 2 equal to 180 degree. Right? So angle B will be equal to 180 degree. This 9 by 2, if it goes this side, it will become 2 by 9. Right? If it goes to the other side, it will become, this is angle B into 9 by 2. Angle B bracket 9 by 2 means what? Angle B into 9 by 2. So if this 9 by 2 goes this side, it will become 2 by 9. Then if you cancel 9 and 182 times, so you will get angle B as 40 degrees. Now we have found angle B. Now once we find angle B, we can always find angle A and angle B, angle C. Now what is angle A? Now substituting angle B equal to 40 degrees in this equation, in second equation, we get, what we get? We get, what is this? Angle A equal to 1 by 2 of angle B. Angle A is 1 by 2 of angle B. I can write like this, 1 by 2 of angle B equal to A means A equal to 1 by 2 of angle B. So angle A equal to 1 by 2 of, what is angle B? 40 degrees. Clear? So if I substitute 40 degrees, what is my angle A? 2 and 40 will get cancelled, it will get 20. So A is 20 degrees. A is 20 degrees. So we have found A also. Now we need to find C. C is what? 3 times angle B. So C, angle C equal to 3 times angle B. Right? That is from the first equation. Now if you substitute angle B as 40 here, right? Or I can write substituting again angle B equal to 40 degrees in third equation, in first equation. So in first equation, we get, what is our first equation? First equation is angle C equal to 3 times angle B. Angle C equal to 3 times angle B. So angle C equal to 3 into angle B is what? 40. So 3 angle B means 3 into angle B, which is 120 degrees, your angle C. Therefore, what we get? Our angle A is 20 degrees and angle B is equal to 40 degrees and angle C equal to 120 degrees. Clear? You can always validate all this. Your angle C is 3 times angle B. So 3 into 40. 3 times angle B is what? 3 into 40 is 120. That is equal to angle C. Similarly, if you observe here, your A is half of angle B. Right? Your A is half of B. Half of B is what? Half of 40 is 20. And if you add all the three, 20 plus 40 is 60, 60 plus 120 is 180, which also matches the angle sum property of the triangle. So this is the answer. Clear? This is how we find angle A, angle B and angle C of this triangle. Fine. So now we'll move to the next question. Question number 6, it is a graph. It's a graph which we have done many times. I will do it still. So sixth question is what it says. It says that draw the graphs of the equation 5x minus y equal to 5. We have drawn the graph for 5x minus y equal to 5. This is one equation. And also we should draw the graph for 3x minus y equal to 3. 3x minus y equal to 3. These two we have to draw the graph. And then we need to determine the coordinate of the vertices of the triangle formed by these three lines and y-axis. We have to form the vertices of the triangle formed by these lines, these two lines and y-axis. And y-axis. So there will be three lines. This is one line, this is one line. Y-axis is also a line, right? Y-axis is also a line. So first let's draw the graph for these two. Let's draw the graph for these two equations. So how do we draw the graph? Let's take the first equation. I'm erasing this. So let me take the first equation. First equation is 5x minus y equal to 5. We need to draw the graph for this. So for drawing the graph, we need to keep one variable this side and move the other variable to the other side. And which variable we will keep? We will try to keep a variable which has 1 as the coefficient or minus 1. So what is the coefficient of x is 5? What is the coefficient of y? Minus 1. So which means we will keep y here and move the x to the other side. So what you will get? You will get minus y equal to 5 minus 5x. This 5x comes here, it will become minus 5x. Now this is minus y, but we want only y, which means you can change the sign of y. So this will become, which means you are dividing by minus 1, which means this will become plus y, my 5 will become minus 5, minus 5x will become plus 5x. Right? So you should only have y, not minus y. So y equal to minus, so when I want to make this only y, I need to change the sign. I cannot change only this sign, I have to change the sign of each term in this equation. So minus y will become plus y, 5 will become minus 5, minus 5x will become plus 5x. Now we should draw the graph. How do we draw the graph? We'll put the box. Right? So we'll try to find 3 points. 2 points is enough. As I told you already in my previous videos, we always go for 3 points because we know graph of this will be a straight line because it is a linear equation in 2 variable. Any linear equations in 2 variable will give you a straight line. For that we just need 2 points. We just need 2 points. 2 points is enough to draw a line, straight line, right? But still we will have 3 points because if I plot 3 points and if we get a straight line, then we will be very sure that our answer is right. So we'll go for 3 points. Fine. We'll find the 3 set of. This is one set of 1 point, second point, third point. Right? X and Y combination makes 1 point. Right? So now how do we find? Now we'll put some value for x. This is 5x. So we'll put some value for x, and we'll find the corresponding value for y. Now we'll put x is equal to 0. Let's put in this. So y is what? Minus 5 plus 5x. If I put x equal to 0, I'll get y is equal to minus 5 plus 5 into 0. In the place of x, I'm putting 0. So I will get minus 5 plus 0, which means minus 5. So when I put x is equal to 0, my y is minus 5. So you should always substitute for the variable on the right side, which is x, not on the variable don't substitute for y. Y you will get by substituting the value of x. Correct? Okay. This is x. Then we'll put another value, put 1. So if I put x is equal to 1. If I put x is equal to 1 in this, y is what? Minus 5 plus 5x as per this. So y is equal to minus 5 plus, if I put 1, 5 into 1. So y is equal to minus 5 plus 5 into 1 is 5. So y becomes 0. So when x is 1, y is 0. When I put x is equal to 1, my y becomes 0. 1, 0. Then we'll put what? We can put y is x is equal to minus 1. We can put or any value 2. So we'll put 2. So we'll put x is equal to 2. Then y is equal to minus 5 plus 5x. So y is equal to minus 5 plus 2 into, 5 into 2. 5 into x is 2. So you get 5 minus 5 plus 10, which is 5. So y becomes 5. When I put x as 2, my y is, what am I writing? My y becomes 5. So we got these 3 points. Now let's try to similarly find the 3 points for the second equation. So what is the second equation? Then we'll draw the graph. Right? So I will write the second equation here. Fine. So second equation is, this is the first equation. This is equation 1. So second equation I will write here. Second equation is what? This one. 3x minus y equal to 3. This is my second equation. Now again, we have to keep one variable here and move the other things to the other side. Which variable will keep it here? We'll keep the variable whose coefficient is 1 or minus 1. If none of them have 1, then you can keep any one variable and move the rest to the other side. That is fine. So if you have anything with 1 or minus 1, we can keep that on the left side and move everything to the other side. That will make it easy. Right? So if I then, because minus y equal to 3, this 3x goes this side will become minus 3x. I am retaining y here because the coefficient of y is minus 1. We have to get only y here. So which means I cannot have minus. So you multiply throughout by minus or divide by minus, which means we will change the sign throughout. That is the meaning of dividing by minus 1 or multiplying by minus 1, which means every sign will change. So minus y will become plus y, 3 will become minus 3, minus 3x will become plus 3x. Right? So y we have got like this. Now we'll put the table. Right? So now let's put x, let's put y. Right? Now we'll substitute some value. So we'll put again x is equal to 0 in this. So what is my y? Y is minus 3 plus 3x. If I put x is equal to 0, y becomes minus 3 plus 3 into x is 0. So I get y is equal to minus 3 plus 3 times 0 is 0. Don't put 3. I've seen students putting 3 into 0 as 3. 0 into anything is 0. So y becomes minus 3. Clear? So when my x is 0, my y is minus 3. Now let's put x is equal to 1. If I put x is equal to 1, what happens to my y? Y is minus 3 plus 3x. I'm taking the same equation. Then y is equal to minus 3 plus 3 into x. X is 1. So y is equal to minus 3 plus 3 into 1 is 3. I have seen people putting 3 into 1 as 1. Students, we make mistakes in a hurry. You have to be careful. Whenever you multiply with 0 or 1, you have to be very careful. 3 times 1 is 3, so y becomes 0. Yeah, I've made the mistakes many times when I was a small boy. Right? So, so when y is, so I will be very careful when I'm multiplying by anything with 0 or anything with 1. Because I tend to put 3 into 1 as 1 by mistake. 3 into 1 is 3. Or I may put 3 into 0 as 3 by mistake. But 3 into 0 is 0. And so when I put x as 1, my y is 0. Now let's put another value for x. Put x is equal to 2. Let's put 2. Fine. Now if I put x is equal to 2, then what happens to my y? My y is equal to minus 3x, sorry, minus 3 plus 3x. So y is equal to minus 3 plus 3 into 2, because x I am substituting 2. 3x means 3 into x. So minus 3 plus 6. So it becomes 3. My y is 3. When my x is 2. Now let's draw the graph. See, after finding these two boxes, then only you should go and draw the graph. Don't put one box and try to put the graph and try to draw the line. Because after putting this, if these numbers are bigger, then you may have to change your units. And the entire graph will go wrong and your entire time will get wasted. Again, you have to redo the graph. And you will not have enough time in the examination to rework or redo a problem. So whenever you draw any graph, make sure that you have the points ready for both the equations, which means both these boxes should be ready. Then you go and draw the graph. Then we will know what is the highest value for x. X is 2. Now y is, what is the highest? Y is 5 or minus 5. So which means I can take 1, 1. My scale can be 1 unit. 1 centimeter is 1 unit. So we write the scale, right? Scale is x-axis. You need to write the scale also. 1 centimeter equal to 1 unit. And y-axis is 1 centimeter equal to 1 unit. Which means I am going to take 1, 1. So 1 unit means 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. This is x-axis. Negative x-axis. Right? Similarly, we'll put here minus 1, minus 2. See, you have to do this in the graph sheet. Don't do like this on your, home, on your classwork or on the normal notebook. You have to take the actual graph sheet and plot this and do this. It has to be done in the actual graph sheet. I'm doing here because I don't have a graph sheet on the board, but you need to take the proper graph sheet, the green color or red color, whatever color sheet that you have, where the graphs are there, you have to put like this. Now y. Y is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Right? We can put 6 also. Clear? So this is your positive y-axis, and here it is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. This you should write till this point. I have minus 5, so you should have at least till minus 5 here. This one. So minus 4 and minus 5. This is my negative y-axis. Now our graph sheet is ready. At least my graph sheet is ready. So you should have your graph sheet ready, right? Then let's plot the point. Let's 0, minus 5. So this is x is 0. I always miss to put the 0. So there is 0. That is origin. 0, 0. Both x and y are 0 there. 0, minus 5. X is 0. Y is minus 5. X is 0 here and y is minus 5 means this point will come. I am putting dark shaded for you to see that, but you have to put a dot only there, light dot. Like this you have to put the dot on the point. It will not even be visible for you. Right? Then 1, 0. 1 is here. And y-axis is 0 here. x is 1 here and y is 0 here. So 0 and 1, 0, 1 comma 0 will come here. So this point is 0 comma minus 5 and this point is 1 comma 0. Then 2 comma 5. 2 is here and 5 is here. So 2 and 5 will meet here. This is my 2. Okay, it will come somewhere here. You take straight, this one straight, my 2 comma 5 will come somewhere here. Now join these. So this point is, so I will join this first. Right? If you join all the three, so it will pass through this. See, I am drawing with a free hand. So if you draw with the proper ruler, then you will, mine is getting bent here. So I have to go straight. Right? Fine. So it's a straight line, though my graph is not looking, I'm drawing with a free hand, so I'm not getting a straight line. So this point is 2 comma 5. So we have drawn the graph. So what is this graph? This graph is for this equation, 5x minus y equal to 5. So this is for, I can write like this here, small, 5x minus y equal to 5. That is for this graph. Now for this graph, 0 comma minus, let's draw the graph for this. So for this we have drawn the graph, which is that straight line. For this we have to draw the graph. 0 comma minus 3. 0 comma minus 3 is here. Right? So this point is 0 comma minus 3. Then 1 comma 0. Again this point, 1 comma 0. So again the same point which we had plotted for this 1 comma 0 is present in both. Actually the point which is present in both, that is the solution of the equation. Anyway, so now 2 comma 3. So 2 is here. 2 comma 3 will come here. 2 is here. 3 is here. I think even 2 comma 3 will come somewhere. 2 is here. 3 is here. So it will come somewhere here. Probably. Now join all the three. Right. So if you join this, 2 is here. 3 is here. And then join this, this, and this. Okay. I think 2 comma 3 may come. Well, erase this. Right. So 2 comma 3 may come somewhere here. 2 is here. 3 is here. It may come somewhere here. Now let's join these points. This point, and this point. This is the line for, this is the graph for the other equation. This one. Right. This is for 3x minus y equal to 3, and this graph is for 5x minus y equal to 5. Clear? Right, now we need to draw the triangle formed by these two lines. Right? These two lines and y-axis. Right? So what are they? What are they? Let's try to see that. Right? 0 comma minus 3. Now if you want to find that triangle formed by these three, that will be what? I mean, it has become a little small, but if you see this, so this is A, this is one point B, right? And the other point, this is C. So this is a triangle that we are talking about. The triangle has become little very small. This is a triangle between, this is the triangle, this point. So A, so this is the triangle. You see a small triangle that is formed between these two lines and your, right? So this will go till this point. So it is joined here till this. So this is a triangle. This and this. So this is your point C. So this is A, B, and C. It looks very small because if you draw in the graph sheet, you will find that you will see a triangle like this. It's a triangle. See A, B, and C. It's a small triangle, right? You will find the triangle here. You will draw a triangle. So this is your triangle, and the question is what? What is the vertices of the triangle? What are the vertices of the triangle? formed by these lines. So these two lines and y-axis. So this is your y-axis. So this is your one side AB and BC in this line and AC. This is on the y-axis. So this is a triangle formed between this line and the y-axis, which means this. Clear? Fine. So it may be very small, but if you draw in the graph sheet, you will get it. We have done many problems also. You may even watch my previous videos and get that. So the vertices are A of 0, -3, B of 1, 0 and C of 0, -5. So these are the vertices of the triangle. This point, which is 0, -3, this point 1, 0 and this point 0, -5. So these three are the vertices of the triangle that is formed between these two lines and y-axis. Clear? Fine. So here ends the problem. Fine. So here it may look very small, but you can draw in. If you do it in the graph sheet, you will get it nicely. I have done it with my free hand, so it may not look very clear, but you can try this. You will get a triangle getting formed. You may see a triangle like this. So if I suppose try to draw the miniature of this, you may get a triangle like this. You go here and then another line will be like this. Third line will be like this. Right? You'll draw it, you'll get a triangle like this. Fine. So if I draw like this, you'll get it. One thing will go like this, the other thing will come like this. Fine. It won't touch here. So you'll get a triangle like this. So this is my B, this is your A, this is your C. Clear? You will get a triangle like this. This is formed by this line and this line and y-axis. This is your y-axis. AC is your y-axis. So this coordinate what we got, this was 1, 0, A was 0, -3 and C was 0, -5. I'm just trying to put this in a better way here. Fine. So this is how we do this. Now we will move on to the next problem in 3.7, seventh problem. So in seventh problem, it has many subdivisions. We'll do the first problem. What is the first problem? First subdivision, Px plus Qy equal to P minus Q equal to P minus Q. The other one is Qx minus Py equal to P plus Q. We need to solve these two equations and find the value of P and Q, right? So again, this is equation 1, equation 2. We have to find the value of, x and y. We have to find the value of x and y, right? So here P and Q are constants. We need to find the value of x and y. X and y are the variables. So solve the following linear equations. Which means we need to find x and y. Now again, we will solve by elimination method. That is always easy. For elimination method, we should make sure that the coefficient of x is same or coefficient of y is same. And coefficient of x is what? P, here it is Q. They are not same. Here it is Q, here it is P. They are not same. So which means we should multiply, right? We should multiply this first equation. First equation, if I multiply by Q, then this will become PQ. If I multiply my first equation by Q, then this will become PQ. Every term we have to multiply by Q. Again, if I multiply my second equation with this P, then this will also become PQ. So both will become PQ. So what we are going to multiply? So multiplying, what we are going to do? Multiplying first equation by this first equation by Q, this Q, the coefficient of x in the second equation, and the second equation by the coefficient of x in the first equation, which is P. Fine. So if you do that, then what do we get? If I do this, what do we get? So we get here, if I multiply throughout by Q, I will get QP into x plus Q square y equal to PQ minus Q square. So I'm multiplying each term by Q. Q into P, QP x, Q into Q, Q square y, then again Q into P, QP, Q into Q minus. Now the second equation by P, so P into Q is PQ x minus P into P is P square y, P into P is again P square P into Q is PQ. Fine. Now we have made the coefficient same. This is also QP, this is also QP. PQ or QP, both are same. Right? QP means same as PQ. Now the signs are what? Plus, plus. When the sign are plus, plus, we have to change the sign. The second one, which means we should subtract. So this will become minus. This minus will become plus. Here it is plus P square will become minus P square. Here plus PQ will become minus PQ. Right? So every term sign we have to change. Now this is QPX, this PQX. Both mean the same. This is plus, this is minus. They will get cancelled. This is also PQ, this is also PQ. QP means it is PQ. Now subtract these two. What do we get here? This minus this plus this. Q square y plus. So this becomes Q square y. This is plus P square y. Clear? So this is Q square y. This is plus P square y is equal to. Now if you add this is PQ minus Q square. Then this is minus P square minus PQ. I'm writing PQ minus Q square here. Then this is, don't write P square plus PQ. It should be minus P square and minus PQ. Now what do we see? These two gets cancelled. Plus PQ minus PQ. Now here y is common. We'll get Q square plus P square equal to here. This is minus Q square minus P square. If I take minus common, I'll get Q square plus P square. Minus is common. If I take minus common, if I multiply minus into Q minus Q square minus into P minus P square. Now my y will become minus Q square plus P square by Q square plus P square. So this will come down. It will go to the denominator because it is y into. It will go to the denominator. Right? So this means these two will get cancelled. Y will become minus 1. Both will get cancelled. It is 1. So we have got y as minus 1. Now we need to find the value of x. Right? So which means we will substitute the value of y as minus 1 in one of the equations. So we will substitute it in 1. So I will say substitute y is equal to minus 1 in first equation. What do we get? We can substitute in second also. First equation is what? Px plus qy equal to p minus q. Now substitute y is equal to minus 1 here. I'll get px plus q into y. Y is what? Minus 1. Minus 1 equal to p minus q. Now px minus q equal to p minus q. Right? I am writing the same thing again. Px minus q equal to p minus q. Now px is equal to p minus q. This minus q goes this side. It will become plus q. So you will get px is equal to, this two will get cancelled. Plus q minus q. Minus q plus q will get cancelled. You will get px is equal to p. So then x is equal to p by p. So which means x is equal to 1. Clear? So what is the solution now? Solution is x is equal to 1 and y is equal to minus 1. Clear? So this is how we solve these two equations, and we have found the value of x and y. Right? So x is 1 and y is minus 1. So that is the answer. Clear? So we will stop here. I will continue this session in my next video. You can watch my next video for the continuation of this. Thank you for watching.